when they dwelt safely in their land, and none made them afraid. When I brought them again from the people and gathered them out of their enemies' lands, and have sanctified them in the sight of many nations.
That's right, because you even have some of our people that are in the land of Pakistan that are Israelites. You have Israelites scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So it's not just about a black thing; it's about an Israelite thing, because the Lord scattered us throughout all the land. So you got Israelites in Pakistan, you got Israelites in India. What's that tribe called? The
Punjabi.
Punjabi.
You know Yo-Yo Honey Singh? You know Bohemia? You know
from India.
From India. You know Punjabis?
Yeah.
A lot of them Punjabis, they are people, man.
I'm from Punjabi.
You Punjabi?
Amir Khan?
Pakistan. Amir Khan could be a Jake too, yeah.
The boxer Amir Khan? Yeah, he's an Israelite.
He's one of us. Can I say something real quick, brother? Because before the white man took us, 800 years prior to that, the Arabs were known to take the Yahudis. Real quick. You see right here? You see Arabics, man. This is the Arab slave trade.
Yeah, that's how, yeah.
So for 800 years prior to that, what they would do is they would take Yahudis and throw them in India. You heard about the Damo Buddhidharma?
Yeah.
Damo Buddhidharma was our people, man. He went up to China and taught the Shaolin monks Kung Fu and all that. That was our people. So you have our people, like the brother said, in India, in China.
Oh, give me that in
Bruce Lee.
Isaiah
Bruce Lee's one of us
11:11.
too.
Get that
11:11?
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11.
This is to prove that we have our people throughout the four corners of the earth.
Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again a second time to recover the remnant of his people.
So it said that it's going to come to pass in the future tense that the Lord is going to gather his people, the Israelites, a second time. It did the first time during the Egyptian, when we got taken out of Egypt, during the Moses, the crossing of the Red Sea. That was the first time the Lord delivered us a great exodus, but it's going to be a second exodus. Go ahead.
Of his people which shall be left from Assyria.
So it's like from his people that shall be left. Like I told you before, you have Israelites scattered on the four corners of the earth. So some of these, he's going to name some of the places where Israelites are at today, currently. Go ahead. Assyria.
And from Egypt.
We got some Israelites in Egypt.
And from Pathros. And from Cush.
We got some Israelites in the land of Africa.
And from Elam.
That's your people. We got some of our people that are Israelites that are living a slut. Not bad. We got some of our people that are, not only do they live in the land, they look like Elamites. They look like Pakistanis. They look like Indians. But we can tell that they are our people by their spirit.
And from Hamad, and from the islands of the sea.
That's right.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
So he said he's gonna set up an ensign. He's gonna gather the dispersed of Israel from the four corners of the earth. The way he's gonna gather them up is during the World War III that's about to happen. I don't know if you pay attention to current news, current events, but if you pay attention to current events, you can tell that there's about to be a war that's gonna happen. So much stuff that's going on with Russia and Putin, the tensions with that, the tensions with Iran, that nuclear missiles defense, the nuclear shit.
This is the Lord tribe in India. This is in India. Look at that, that's an Israelite. That's a Yahudi in India. They go into Hare Krishna and all that, they go into them gods. But those are our people that were there. Look, you can't tell me that's not an Israelite. Look at that. Look at that, that's an Israelite in India.
You tell by her smell.
Look, there's a whole bunch of them. Look. Look how beautiful she is. Look. In India. And you got people in Pakistan too.
Right.
And the Punjabis, they get treated bad. The Punjabis, right? And over there, they get treated like niggas. They get treated real bad, the Punjabis, amongst the other East Indians.
And that's why these devils, that's why they want to chip. You ever heard about the RFID chip? The RFID chip, they want to chip everybody in the world because they want to chip our people. And since they can't tell who our people is exactly, they want to chip everybody. And the scripture says that if you take that mark of the beast, you're going to be destroyed. And a lot of people are going to take it, but really he's talking about the Israelites because he doesn't really care if these other nations take the mark of the beast. He's talking about the Israelites.
No, excuse me, I got one.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, man, hey.
Thank you, man.
This is John 10, chapter 10, verse 13. Let me start at 14, Slaki. I am the good shepherd, and am known of my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And the other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
That's right. So right there, the Hawashai is making a distinction about sheep that he had during that time, which was the southern kingdom, and then you have other sheep which were not in Israel during that time. That's where when people try to say, oh, go to John, the first chapter, where they try to say he came to his own didn't receive him. They trying to say that means he went to all the Gentiles. That didn't mean that. That meant that he was going to the other Israelites that weren't of that fold of the tents of Judah. Yeah, go ahead. And that's why it's called the mystery of the Gentiles, because not everybody can understand that. That doctrine, that understanding of the Gentiles is really a dark saying. It's really something that you have to, the Spirit of the Lord has to be really supping with you to be able to understand that. And if you can understand that, that's how you know the Lord is dealing with you on a certain level, because not everybody's gonna get that. These people, these pastors, they read the Bible every day, not every day, but they claim that they read the Bible, they study the Bible, but they can't tell you who the Gentiles are. They can't tell you the mystery of the Gentiles. It's called a mystery for a reason. John, I want to say 7 and John 7 and 39 or 34 around there.
I got it. This is John chapter 7, verse 35. It says here, then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed amongst the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
So right there, these Jews that were in the land of Judea during that time, they were asking themselves, would the Lord go to the dispersed amongst the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? And I'm gonna pull that up in the NIV, because sometimes you pull it up in different versions, it makes it a little more plainer for the layman terms, basically. But that question they were asking because they understood that they were Jews amongst the other nations. They were Israelites that were living amongst the other nations. But since they weren't keeping the customs of Israel, they would be considered Gentiles. Where is this at? Where he go where the Jews? All right, right here. This is St. John chapter 7, verse 35. It says, at this, the Jews said to one another, where does he intend to go that we will not find him? Because if you read up, the Lord said that where I go, you can't go. You won't be able to follow me where I go. So they were, because he was talking about spiritually, the spirit world. But since they were cardinal, they couldn't understand it. So he says, where does he intend to go that we will not find him? Will he go where the Jews are dispersed amongst the Greeks and teach the Greeks? They were calling the Jews that were dispersed amongst the Greeks because they were living like Greeks.
I got another one for you. It's James 1 and 1. James, a servant of God, and to the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greeting.
That's right. So if people want to say, the New Testament is for everybody, and that's when Jesus came in. Well, if these are letters, if you got to think about what the apostles were doing, they were writing letters. So in the beginning of a letter, you're going to write it, who's it to? So if he says to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, greetings, if you're not a part of these 12 tribes scattered abroad, then you shouldn't be reading the whole book of James. The whole book of James ain't for you. Now, you go to 1 Peter 1 and 1, it's the same thing. He says to the dispersed, which is you go to that word dispersed, is the diaspora of the Israelites scattered. he writes that to the dispersed. So the book of Peter's ain't for nobody that's not a part of the Israelites either. So these people that try to claim on the New Testament is for everybody. Well, you can't read James if you're not an Israelite. You can't read the book of James. You can't read the book of Peter.
Also, I think that scripture that you just read is talking about how when you go to the
Dispersed amongst the
I believe that word Gentiles. When you go into it, isn't it like Helene?
What is it?
The word
Helen.
Like
Yeah,
isn't that like
go to which means let me break it down. Go ahead. Let me hear you break it down.
So
Take the hat off.
Go ahead. It's basically like a Jew that's living like a Greek or who speaks Greek or something.
Exactly. A Jew that took on the customs of the Greeks, which in today's terms, that would be Americans, Israelites here in America. It would just be Israelites that took on the customs of America. When you celebrate New Year's Eve, what do we call these people? That's some heathens. We call our people that are living like these other nations, that are living like Esau, we call them heathens. Like, yo, look at these heathens, man. I say that often about our own people. That's some damn heathens. That's what the Jews were doing. But that's who Yahweh Shai came for. He came for the sinners. He came for the ones who were dispersed during the ones that took on the Greek customs during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes. That's why the Jews hated him. Because it's like, man, we've been here. Why are you gonna go? Like, why are you sitting amongst the Jews? Why are you sitting amongst the sinners? Why are you going into them? Because the Lord came for those people. That's why he's called. That's why they crucified him really. And it talks about that. Caiaphas said what? That should this it's expedient for this man to die so that the whole nation could be saved, and not just this nation, but all the children of God. Who are who? When you look up the word children of God, that literally you can translate that to sons of the power. Children, sons, God, power, same thing.